Hello everybody, welcome to another episode of Pokemon Legends ZA Online Ranked Battles. Today we're going to be taking a pure Monotype fighting team, and it is not as good as the normal one, well, in terms of consistency. The high highs are really high and the low lows are really low. The unfortunate thing about actually having a lot of weaknesses is that, well, those weaknesses are also some of the best mons in the format. Let's get into the team. Okay, so our first member is going to be Sport the Machamp. He's going to be running Bulk Up, Thunder Punch, Brick Break, and Earthquake. The Thunder Punch is there to handle a lot of the flying types and a couple of the water types that are out in the format. The most notable thing is it does not, with full, meter and bulk up, Thunder Punch does not one-shot Skarmory, and that's unfortunate. Base Skarmory, even with the bulk up boost, they're going to Sword Stance, and Brave Bird is going to one-shot everyone on this team. So we just have to be really careful around that. And Earthquake obviously is there to help deal with electric types and a couple of steel types like Metagross. Oh yeah, and Golden Go. For stats, we're going to be running max attack and max HP with the Expert Belt to help boost that damage to guarantee the one-shots on mons like Golden Go. And he's a really bulky mon, and he's probably the best to run into the bad matchups for these teams, like Armarouge, because he can actually take a Psychic pretty well. It's just, can he get in there before, they do Calm Mind, because some players are running Calm Mind Armarouge. But if he does, then it can one-shot Armarouge. Sometimes it doesn't, but, that's why we have Brick Break for our fighting stab. And that's going to be quick, and it'll do enough to KO. Next up is going to be Lance the Surfetch. He's returning with his standard set. And with a leak, so, guaranteed crits on Leaf Blade and Focus Energy to make the Meteor Assault and Brave Bird crits. Simple setup with max HP and max attack. And our final member, introducing Ryu the Sock. We're going to be running Sword Stance, Ice Punch, Brick Break, and Blaze Kick. This is mostly just the coverage mon. You want Ice Punch to obviously deal with Garchomp and some of the grass types that are running around. And Blaze Kick is there as the secondary hit, because Sock has alright survivability. It's not exactly, but we just want, we primarily want him to deal with Garchomp. And he does a really good job. The Life Orb with max attack and max HP, it's going to usually one-shot Garchomp. And with Sword Stance, we guarantee that. Really wanted Sword Stance on one of our offensive mons to help, build momentum to, just keep attacking and not take a lot of time setting up. So this team definitely has a lot of problem matchups. Of course, being all fighting types. Like, if there is more than one Armarouge on the other side of the, on our opponents, it can be really rough, especially if they're focusing on you instead of each other. And, mons like Gardevoir give this team a lot of trouble. Where, the normal team didn't struggle as much. But still, this team has really high highs and really low lows. It just kind of depends on what's coming out in the field. Unfortunately, a lot of people are... It's just when I was recording, we're bringing out a lot of fairy types. Let's get into the matches, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. Okay, so our first match is going to be on Street Map. Once again, as always, is just luck of the draw, and that's honestly what this team really hopes for, is just to have a nice opponent on the side, not something that they have difficulty with, like, oh, Skeleton, I'm just gonna ignore you, I don't really care too much. You know, build a little meter, and then they get kind of lucky with, you know, it's like, oh, okay, cool, Mario's here, they're probably gonna have this Earthquake, and they pull the extreme speed directly into it, which is really funny, I think. So yeah, just trying to get my bolt up here so I can get max damage on this thing. And I see the Machamp behind me, and I'm hoping that, oh, okay, I took that Ice Punch a lot better than I thought I would, which is but yeah, you see how close the Machamp is. Man, that Mon can take a beating. Here, I see like Zen headbutt from Gallade, so okay, it's on recharge right now, so I'm gonna go ahead and fight him. 1, 2, boom, done. And then I'm throwing the Brick Break just to build a little meter. I see the Pidgeot, so I immediately just start running around to not get hit by the Hurricane. And I'm able to get that KO without, you know, getting got, which is my favorite. I tried to get the Earthquake, but yeah, I should have figured that wouldn't have happened. I didn't see that T-Tar come in. I'm not quite sure why that Tyranitar player keeps sending in the Quad Weak, yeah, Tyranitar in on that situation. But here, I'm not afraid of Meganium at all. Just, that's fine. I don't really need Machamp through from this fight, or at least it feels like it. I probably should have gone to Sirfetch'd for this, because yeah, I'm just kind of taking a lot of damage, but that's okay. We'll just do a big trade there. Yeah, this is definitely a little more Sirfetch'd friendly. Gonna get a focus energy up, and yeah, their Machamp seems to just have like all the elemental punches, which is, you know, that's fun, but it's not a good set. It just has too many issues. And I'm gonna get really lucky here on getting the item. But I really should just swap off instead of going for Meteor Assault. That was really silly. Sometimes you get stuck in a mindset of like trying to have all of your swaps all the time, and that's just, this game doesn't work like that. Yeah, unfortunately they're paying a bit of attention, so you know, they're able to get out of there, and my Brave Bird isn't able to count the Meganium for a KO. Oh well. It's still 12 big KOs. A lot of things just really went my way, and I had the right moves for the situation. So this next match is a flawless match. I do not get KO'd once, which is very rare, but it is also a incredibly boring match. And I think that's probably the only way that you can get, you know, like the flawless survivor and the what is it, the consummate gamer medal. Pretty much everyone is just playing mostly pretty cautious. Yeah, it's like that one little flub there, and that's kind of it. And then after that, everyone just kind of runs around, not really doing anything to each other, and including, well, I try and do stuff, but you know, I think everyone is just like, they don't want to swap. They just want to, you know, get as much for as little swaps as possible. But yeah, I got two matchups that they probably weren't expecting me to have an advantage in, and you know, they're gonna, you know, do smart things like, oh, gotta swap, and then now we're all just gonna have a nice little jog in the park. And I'm bored of this block. I'm gonna go get the item because nobody else is doing that. Yep, they noticed that I was running for it, so I'm going straight for the Porygon Z. And fortunately, I do know that this is also the Tinkaton player. I don't know why they swapped the Tinkaton though. But, oh well, I'll take it. I'm not really interested in fighting the Heracross, and the Heracross isn't interested in fighting me, which I'm fine with. Oh, that's why they only have T-Tar afterwards. So that explains it. So yeah, just have a couple of good, super effective matches. Welcome to Pokemon Legends, yay! It's like just trying to walk them down, and then yeah, just not finding great matchups. So I want to Earthquake this Gengar, but yeah, he's just so fast. I've mostly just been getting this one guy the entire time. Here we go. And of course I have a Sash, so got a Thunder Punch to KO. And now I don't have Earthquake, so you gotta swap and I gotta run. And it is almost the entire match just for 6 KOs. It sure is exciting. Oh, hey, look, Porygon Z. It doesn't matter, like, oh, wait, yeah, that is actually how it survives. Oh, they have Life Orb, unfortunately, and that KOs itself. And, that sure was a match. Yep. Just an entire match where 2 people didn't get to do anything. Anyways, heading back to Street. Okay, so our partner here is just like, we don't want, once again, Heracross, we don't really want to do anything with each other. Very rarely do any Heracross players carry Aerial Ace. Now, Heat Wave is going to go on the Heracross, and I'm going to Earthquake, but I'm going to Earthquake just a little too early. Talonflame probably should be packing Protect. That mon is too fragile not to have Protect. But was probably in the... maybe does, maybe doesn't. And maybe I just don't know. They just were stuck in the Flare Blitz animation. So I love it when, you know, they're using Meteor Beam, because he resists that, and Machamp actually has really good, like, a special defense for a fighting type. Gonna swap off and bring out the quad super effective Brave Bird, but they are going to Mega right in time, so pretty smart. Unfortunately, I just did not see that HP in time, and I was really hoping I might get Surfetch to body, like, line up the post where it won't go through. Never rely on that. That's silly. So here I'm just kind of like maneuvering around, trying to get the Talonflame without getting myself got by the Metagross situation. Unfortunately, I was delaying Earthquake so that I would get the second hit, and I get pretty fortunate that they're still within range of plus Earthquake. I don't need to actually Sword Stance on Lucario. I can just go straight for a Brick Break, but you know, having the Sword Stance up and ready for the Garchomp is perfect. And I do it too, like, in that perfect time where it's like not too early, not too late, just enough to fail. And dang, I get got on the Mega Evolution, but it does have lower defenses, so I'm going on. Yeah, Giga Impact, I have Bulk Up, but I don't care. And get that right before the Heat Wave gets the KO, stealing the defense booster, because I don't want anybody else to have it. And there I go. So yeah, Armor Rouge is kind of like the big thing that I'm afraid of right now, so I was kind of hoping that the Mega Horn would run into the Brave Bird, but that happens. And that's too much attack on one Mon. I am not risking that. I'm getting out of there. I'm not quite sure what happened to News. Oh well. Yeah, he came back. Might have had a controller issue. And then they're gonna send a Giga Impact, and I got Blaze Kick, which is just fast enough to get the KO. So another nice big 12. But at least things were happening compared to the flawless match. I infinitely prefer, like a match where people are getting to do stuff. And we are on Park now. This team does like the small Park map, except for when the bad matchups are around. Like a Sylveon. Sylveon is a pretty rough match. I really should have bulked up first, but I just needed to know, like, hey, do I deal with Talonflame, like, on its own? But, yeah, learning stuff. Gonna get that Earthquake on the Embor right before they can, bulk up. And, I finally get to Brick Break. It turns out if you have 2 Mons that have Brick Break, you're pretty likely to at least break a screen. And regular Lucario, I'm not afraid of too much. But, low HP, might as well not die. And really interesting to see the bulk up on a Lucario. It makes sense. But, yeah, there's just not enough HP in that. And, dang, yeah, they got me with that U-turn. Able to step out, and the Absol Z is gonna get the KO on the champ. So I really should have swapped here. You have to be running at the beginning of the cast, otherwise it is large enough. And going to swap over and land this big Brave Bird, or I think it's going to be big, but they get the bulk up off in time, and I get hit at the same time with the Psyshock, and that's gonna knock me out. I don't know why they haven't swapped off of T-Tar yet, but oh well, Brick Break. And gonna head back. So yeah, Dazzling Gleam, not a great move. Yeah, Earthquake option, and I'm not gonna get the KO because I just do barely not enough damage. Seeing Mega Altaria, I'm gonna boost up Sword Stance and grab this Ice Punch, and I can get Sylveon with Ice Punch, Fire Punch. Sorry, Blaze Kick, but yeah, just a little bit too fast. And there you can see, like, yeah, I have the survivability to take a Moon Blast from Sylveon. That's pretty great. But, yeah, maybe I just don't know where I can put, like, a Poison Jab on this team. Like, yeah, it's just you need so much coverage for so many different things. Because this team needs to be, like, doing a lot of damage really fast. Oh well, the team is at least competent enough to handle the majority of things. And that's gonna get us 11 KOs. That's pretty good. Okay, and for our last match, we are going to be heading back to Street. So for Street, yeah, probably the best matches are going to be ones where, yeah, like I said before, we have a neighbor that is not as hard to deal with. And I send my Earthquake out to nobody because they KO each other. Yeah, I can kind of see why they didn't swap off a Lucario. I bet they have, like, their third Mon is also weak to fighting. Delphox is a Mon that we can normally deal with. But, if they get a defense booster, then it's going to be really hard. But fortunately, they deal, that's why hopefully other people have really diverse teams. Usually isn't the case. Usually people aren't running Delphox in the first place. but eh. Yeah, and I caught them right before they swapped. It's not a good idea to stop and swap. You just want to keep on the go. Right now, I'm just trying to corner Will so he can actually get hit by this brick break. Fortunately, they just found a corner slightly wrong, and I'm able to get that the brick break there. Yeah, piloting is one of those skills that you actually have to take seriously, because the way that your mon moves around is going to get you KO'd sometimes. And here, after seeing Side Shock, I'm gonna go straight in for this Earthquake. Ooh. And Earthquake. Now I have to swap. And I want to get Sword Stance up, not necessarily for the guard shot, but for all the matches in front of it. And, never mind. Yeah, it's like, just not enough. But, get another go. I probably should have sent Sock out first, but and I figured, like, hey, maybe they've got something, you know, to deal with it. And, oh yeah, double backs. That's something, right? Look at this big crowd of Baxes. I love Earthquake. I'll do one too. Strangely, that Earthquake was just slightly out of range for the other Bax caliber, even though he looked like he was in there. But, eh. Oh well. Yeah, big power boost. Gonna wait for this Mega and then chop. Love Brick Break. This move is, you know, good. Oh, they have Aerial Ace, right? That's goofy. Yep, tell him be gone with the Brick Break, and that's gonna seal up the game for a big 13. So yeah, when you have things that you can hit, this team does great. Okay, and that's gonna do it for this episode and this season. Well, I don't really recommend this team, but you know, if you want to play around with it and have some fun, feel free. It's weird. It's interesting. It's definitely something that'll stress you out. But yeah, I hope y'all have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you in Season 10. Bye!